Here is how I'd rank all three of Playboi Carti's albums. Now, technically, he only has two albums, but his self titled mixtape kind of counts among the fan base of hip hop, so we're gonna count that. Speaking of which, in third place, we're gonna go with self titled. It's not even a bad mixtape, it's fine, it's good. It's some of like the most waviest hip hop I've ever heard. If that's your thing, it's just more of a personal preference thing. And in terms of like personal preference, like that alternative trap sound is just not really my thing, and it's like the laziest you're gonna get from Carti when it comes to his flow. So it's just not really for me. At number two, I'm gonna go with Die Lit. This was the album that actually really got me into Playboi Carti as a rapper. I love the instrumentals and the production side of this thing. I love the kind of like punk kind of ethos this thing has. I feel like that was something that not many rap albums at the time really had. But yeah, great album. Really kind of made him stand out as a character and as a rapper. Similar to a kind of like Young Thug. Also, I think this is one of the most interesting things to come out of trap music. And finally, this is going to be probably a hot take to some, but yeah, at number one, we're going to go with Whole Lot of Red. I think this is his best album, and it really showed to me that like Playboi Carti is the only rapper in modern times, or at least in 2020, who uses his voice to his full potential. Again, this thing is very diverse in production, and he's very ambitious. This was a very risky album to make, especially considering the fact that this sounded nothing like Dial whatsoever. Sounds like a completely different rapper, if anything. Don't get me wrong, there's probably not as many hooks on this thing as Dial, but I think the thing that stays consistent the most on this album is definitely his voice. I mean, the beat switches and the different types of production on this thing are very like different, but his voice just stays constant, but in a really good way.